Good morning. Happy Easter. Alleluia. Christ is risen. I'm going to read you guys the Easter story from the Jesus Storybook Bible, just like we do every year. The story is called God's Wonderful Surprise. Jesus' friends were sad. They would never see their best friend again. How could this happen? Wasn't Jesus the rescuer? The king that God had promised? It wasn't supposed to end like this. Yes, but whoever said anything about the end? Just before sunrise, on the third day, God sent an earthquake and an angel from heaven, and when the guards at the tomb saw the angel, they fell down with fright. And the angel rolled the huge stone away and sat on top of it and waited. At the first glimmer of dawn, Mary Magdalene and the other women headed to the tomb to wash Jesus' body. The early morning sun slanted through ancient olive trees, drops of dew glittering on leaves and grasses, like little tears everywhere. The friends walked quietly along the hilly path through the olive groves until they reached the tomb. And immediately they noticed something odd. It was wide open. They peered through the opening into the dark tomb, but wait, Jesus' body was gone. And something else. A shining man was there with clothes made from lightning. "Don't be scared," the angel said. But they couldn't help it. They screamed anyway. The angel asked them, "What are you doing here? This is a tomb, and tombs are for dead people." The women couldn't speak. "Jesus isn't dead anymore," said the angel. "He is alive again." And their hearts leapt, and the angel laughed with such gladness that they felt for a moment as if they had woken from a nightmare. The other women rushed home, but Mary stayed behind. How could this be true? Jesus was definitely dead. How could he be alive? Just then Mary heard someone else in the garden. "Perhaps," she thought, "it is the gardener, and he will know where Jesus' body is." "I don't know where Jesus is," said Mary urgently. "I cannot find him." But it was all right, because Jesus knew where she was, and he had found her. Mary. Only one person said her name like that. She could hear her heart thumping. She turned around. She could just make out a figure. She shaded her eyes. She thought she was dreaming, but she wasn't. She was seeing Jesus. Mary fell to the ground, and tears filled her eyes, and great sobs shook her whole body, and all she wanted in that moment was to cling to Jesus and never let him go. "You can hold on to me later, Mary," Jesus told her, "and always be close to me, but right now, go and tell everyone that I am alive." And Mary ran all the way to the city. She had never run so fast or so far in all of her life. She felt like she could run forever. She didn't even feel like her feet touched the ground, and the sun seemed to be dancing and gleaming and bounding across the sky, racing with her, shining brighter than she could ever remember in the clean, fresh air. And it seemed to her that morning as she ran almost as if the whole world had been made new, almost as if the whole world was singing for joys. The trees and the tiny sounds and the grass, the birds, and her heart. Was God really making every sad thing come untrue? Was God making even death come untrue? She couldn't wait to tell Jesus' friends. "They won't believe it," she laughed. She was right, of course.